What's going on, Craft and Conjure family? This your boy Craft and Conjure. I'm here today to give you an unboxing video from a great site that I am a avid supporter of, 13 Moons. Again, that is 13 Moons, and the link to their website will be in the description and all that good stuff below. Now, to be honest and fair, I kind of already opened it and looked and posted pictures on my Instagram. But for those who don't have me on Instagram or Twitter, you're in for a treat. One thing I love about 13 Moons is their kindness. They have a very loving, compassionate, kind, friendly, and just all-out accepting staff. So shout out to 13 Moons. Much love and respect, and let's get started, shall we? First and foremost, they sent me a free gift. So if anyone is good with crystals, let me know what this is, or somebody from 13 Moons can let me know what it is, because I'm not too keen on crystals. I know a couple of them, but you know, there are people out there that know so much more about crystals than I do. I did meditate with it. It was a beautiful energy. It was a beautiful energy, so I am grateful for that. Thank you, because I was actually thinking about stepping up my crystal collection. I have ordered crystals from 13 Moons before, but I'm not a crystal connoisseur or a gemstone connoisseur like most people, but I will officially say that they have some of the most amazing crystal lineups that you can find. So, check it out. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to read what came, because we got to do it right, you know what I'm saying? So, here we go. Thank you for choosing 13 Moons. We hope everything is made it to you in a safe and in a timely fashion. We love testimonials from our customers. My apologies. Feel free to leave a testimonial directly on our homepage at www.13moons.com. Again, that's www.13moons.com, or email us at info@13moons.com. Please share with us pictures of your altar, sacred space, and other magical endeavors. Video reviews are also a delight. It is very rewarding to watch our customers open their package. Upload a video of yourself on YouTube and send us a link, and if you like, we can feature you on our customer video page. I just thought that was a very kind add-on. You know, I take things like that to heart. Maybe I'm a big softy, or maybe I'm a nerd, but when people treat other people with kindness, nothing gets better. All right, y'all, so y'all probably like, all right, dude, we get it. Kindness, awesome place. You know, what's in the box? What's in the box? So let's get started, shall we? Now, I needed to order a couple supplies, you know, badly. So I ordered basically what I mostly work with. I'm not going to go too deeply into it, because I'm just going to give basic breakdowns of what the basics are. Some of them are pretty easy to find, and some of them are pretty easy to look up. They're used in multiple paths, from hoodoo or down to European witchcraft, so forth and so on. But some of these herbs in this box you must handle with care. There is one that can be very deadly and is poisonous, but it is a very potent herb, and it is actually connected to a goddess by the name of Hecate. So I'm going to tell you what it is, but if you're watching this right now and you want to take a gander or a guess at what herb it is, which herb it is, feel free to leave that in the comments below. Sorry if I'm also stuttering like a crazy fool. My left nostril is clogged and my right nostril is open. All right, let's get started. Allergies. First, we have Patchouli root. Now, I've heard people work with patchouli, but I've never heard people work with the root. You know, again, for those that haven't seen, there you go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful product. I mean, it has a very, very, very beautiful smell. I kind of wish you all could smell it, so if you can smell it via astral, please enjoy it. You know, I'm trying to make this video fun, so it's unscripted. It's just going with what came. But this, I use this in money attraction, fertility, lust, and sex magic. So if I were going to make a come to me oil or an attraction oil, I would include this. Mainly I'm going to use a bit of this in a healing oil. Belief by popular demand, a lot may disagree, but patchouli has a very soothing, warm scent. If you've ever burned some or put some in some oil or made an oil from patchouli and then put it under your nose when you're meditating just to get that fragrance, you can really smell the rich aromatic scent of patchouli. And I have to say that this is one of the most aromatic supplies that I've ever had. So 13 Moons, I don't know how y'all do it because growing herbs is not my strong point, but I couldn't be happier with this. I just couldn't. You know, you all really came through. All the other sites I went to, I just was like, they're not for me. But I keep coming back to 13 Moons. So first up, patchouli. Great for, again, money attraction, fertility, lust, sex magic. It's an aphrodisiac and it's been known to remove jinxes and so forth and so on. Also, I would like to add that there are deeper breakdowns of each herb or item that I'm going to talk about. But I'm just going with the basics. So, please, feel free to dig deeper, and also feel free to go check out 13moons.com. You will not regret it. I'm not just saying that. I've been practicing the occult for quite some time, and they're one of my go-to people. They always have, and they always will be. Next up, I'm just randomly reaching in the bag. This. Now, simple as money drawing. Simple as this. I've been wanting to work with this for so very long, but it was like, okay, I need this, and I'll get that next time. I need this, and I'll get that next time. I need this, and I'll get that next time. Well, you know, some time went by, and I finally got it. Those who have worked with it have spoken highly of it. I am going to be using this when I make, when I empower my bottles and when I bless my bottles over the incense smoke. I figure that what's the best way to add an umph of money attraction or money drawing into a working, hiccups, than to use it as one of the main incenses in conjunction with a couple other things that I plan to toss in there to bring that money in. You know, if you think about it, it goes great with that, in my opinion, from my point of view. I mean, it's even green. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, we know it's green. But this, again, pleasantly surprised, can't complain. Next up, we have benzoin resin incense. Now, people are probably like, what's the difference? Well, personally, they stand for different things, and some stand a little different. It's kind of like many resins and many incenses all kind of have similar properties, but there's that one resin that might have something that that resin doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like someone might make a Three Kings resin and make a resin directly beside it and just not add one ingredient. Well, that doesn't make a Three Kings resin, but it still harnesses the attributes of the other herbs, resins, so forth and so on that you include. So this pretty much, it's good for purification, prosperity, clearing, healings. I'm pretty much going to be using this incense when I work on my healing oils or my healing workings. I truly believe that it is good to have incenses going that align with the working. You know, for example, you're trying to heal somebody and you don't want to mess around and fill their working with prosperity and all that. Yeah, I mean, it's good to give them some prosperity, but when you're working on a specific working, I truly have been trained, raised, and believe that you should keep it as fine-tuned as you can. So when you're trying to draw that money, use things for money. When you're trying to draw that healing, use things for healing. When you're trying to draw that prosperity, grab the right incense to go with it. I side by incense. I love my stick incenses. I do. I love them, but it's just something very, very, very potent to me about having control about how much smoke plumes from the charcoals. Also, if you work with forces and you're into evocation and you need a manifestation base, though I do not feel that smoke is the best choice for a manifestation base, I do believe it can go in conjunction with other things, but I will not deny the fact that you can see a spirit via smoke. It's just it always plumes, it always dances, it always does what it does. So forming that solid astral figure can be kind of tricky, especially if all you got is smoke to work with. So for those who are looking, I add this little tidbit: put a mirror in there, or create a table and make it like a scrying table, and then look down when you're doing your workings. Also, I really like to work with the incense resins, especially the ones from here, because I've noticed that when you're doing a working, and say you were to say I'm getting ready to do a healing working, the Archangel Raphael, I've noticed that incense smoke tends to go in the direction that the force had manifested. And that is a great tidbit of information. So that's kind of why I went kind of postal on the incense resins more than just the cone or the stick. I love my cones and my sticks, but I saw so many great things on 13 Moons. I said, I can't do it. I had 13 Moons listen to me. I was sitting back, fine tuning everything. I was like, how am I going to get these 30 items? How am I going to get these items? I was determined to get the most important, but it all worked out. All right, so benzoin resin, incense, great for purification, prosperity, clearing, healings, energy, work, success, and love. So it's also good for peace, meditation, and cleansing the room after an argument. So if you had an argument, put a little bit on your coals. And I honestly feel if you want to dispel the arguments before they even happen, get a little bit burning before someone shows up. That should shift the whole mindset. Next up, we have one of my favorites, star anise. Now, I love star anise because star anise is one of the most original. Let me get peace. In my eyes, it just, oh, there we go. It just looks so damn original. It smells good. It looks like a star. You can't beat it. It does everything from add aesthetically beautiful, it adds aesthetics, there we go, to your candles. And it also kicks like a mule. I mean, this personally, I wanted this the most. I can't lie. It's great for warding off evil. It's great for protection from nefarious spirits or people, because some people are just nefarious. Let's just be real. And sometimes it's okay to protect yourself against the energies that do not benefit you. I'm not really gonna go left, right, like dark light. It's just, but this is good to keep if you want to help. Also, if you're worried about that evil eye, get you some of this star anise. All right, next up. This right here, I've wanted some of this for so long. Ladies, I got this for y'all. Jezebel root. I mean, just, y'all probably like, damn, this dude guys. If you could, it doesn't have much of a smell to it to me, but it's just it's like a soft bark. Have you ever been out and felt the bark after a rainfall? And how it dries some on certain trees that are still alive, but their bark is just flaking off, and it has that really soft but also very compact feeling. This is pretty much what that feels like in my hands. Not energetically, but just on a simple level. So what we got here is star anise. No, oh, sorry. Jezebel root. Wow. Which is good for attracting, men with money. That's why I said, ladies, I got it for y'all. Because let's be real here. Magic is magic. Oil is oil. Let's get it popping. It's also a great root to work with for controlling. It's good for money drawing. And also, interestingly enough, I'm not going to go into it, but there is a curse actually connected to the Jezebel root. No, that does not mean if you buy some, you're going to explode. But you can actually, and it's a pretty simple, common thing, but I try to keep it light. I try to keep it more towards what came in the package and not get into like blessings and curses. But it is used to curse. So if you are into that aspect of magic, and I'm not knocking nobody, because I've laid some hex work in my day too. That happens. It's bound to happen. That's a part of the magical path. That's a part of spirituality. You got to protect yourself and defend yourself, and you should be allowed to do that. Just attacking people for the hell of it, no. But defending yourself, any witch, Wiccan, pagan, occultist, magician will easily verify and vouch that you there are so many things that we can do to keep the drama away, but sooner or later you just gotta lay that curse. You know, don't kill somebody for something stupid, but you gotta lay that curse sometimes. You gotta stand up for yourself. It's no different than the mundane, but this is great. I'm going to be using this mostly. I'm going to keep it honest with everybody. Jezebel is going to be used mainly for attraction and mainly for the women. It's going to be used to attract the men with money and power and so forth and so on. I'm not going to discriminate. I'm not going to discriminate at all. Like, it is what it is. Like, let's just keep it really honest out here. These herbs do what they do. So, why lie? Okay, but so far we've got Jezebel. We've got Star Anise. Money drawing, benzoin incense powder, and again, patchouli. 13 moons, this is like my favorite one right here. This is my favorite one. Like, I jumped up and down like a kid in a candy factory when I first picked this up. I was like, so much. I can do so much with it. And one thing I want to say about 13 moons is your herbs come very well packaged and very well put together. I mean, I've ordered some herbs before, and I can't lie, it's a major letdown when you order some root and you get like dust. Like, you just want to contact them and say, look, did you just reach the bottom of the box? So if you're nitpicky on herbs like me, Craft and Conjure family, 13 moons is great. Oh, also, for the record, the delivery for 13 moons is by far one of the best delivery systems I have ever been a part of. I ordered it and literally in 2 days I got it. Like, literally. It's like Star Trek transported it from their state to my state. It was like their state, DC, my town. It all in 2 days. And that really... it really made me happy because, you know, when you got some workings you got to do and you got to tell your clients or you got to tell your family or friends or whoever you do workings for, you know, it ain't here yet and I got to wait a little bit, you know, and then people go to somebody else and then people don't want it no more. So then when your package comes, you sit there with a bunch of stuff like, well, what do I do with this? So I wanted to say the arrival was in a very steady and timely fashion. Just wanted to say that. Now we have... okay, Copal. I don't have to go into that. Copal is one of the most well-known out there, so I figured I'd pick up some Copal. I use this, interestingly enough, with love workings. Not lust, love. I also find that Copal is good to have. It generates a great wafting smoke for when you invite the spirits, if you're into the ancestral magic or the deity workings or so forth and so on. Some witches are, some magicians are, some aren't. Some of the greatest witches I've seen never really followed a deity. They knew they existed, but they never really followed one. They just went with what was inside of them, their own channel power. But they always worked with Copal. They loved it. And it's a very, 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 very beautiful resin. I'm very impressed. Next up we have... now, I know everybody gonna know what this is. This is really one of the most popular herbs or magical items that is going through the community right now. Cloves. Again, 13 moons. I'm not gonna lie, like, I got this and I was like, I'm going to make so much come to me oils and so many attraction oils. I'm impressed. I mean, it's just, I know y'all probably won't be able to see this, but if you, it's just really, really nicely done. I know it's horrible. Sorry about that, y'all. Also, wanted to add, there's a, I don't know which one it is, but a lot of this stuff that I've seen is organic. So if you're into organic, there's actually one in here that is organic, and it's worth it. So, you know, for those that are like, I'm not going to say magic doesn't work based on something being organic or not organic. I believe that, you know, everything is organic. If it grows out the ground, it's organic. But what I like about it is, you know, it's good to know that when you get a package, it's not going to smell like Raid. Like, nothing against any shops out there, but I ordered something from a shop one time, and when I opened it, it smelled like pesticide. And I have a very sensitive nose due to me being around herbs and vegetables and all sorts of farm life as a child. I'm a city boy, but I have family in the country. And 13 moons, fun fact, my mother is actually from the north of England upon Tyne, Newcastle. So I've learned quite a bit from her, but not so much in the way of sit down and learn these lessons. She just had that crone energy just pumping through her veins, and the little things she would say were like Easter eggs. You know, remember the time that we really couldn't talk about it, that we had to go in a secret and hide? Well, my mother introduced me to a lot of books from people such as Catherine Cookson and Upon Time that really talks about a lot of lore that we had to hide, you know. So I just wanted to say that I just wanted to share that with y'all, because when I received the package, I just didn't sense just, hey, here's a package, thanks. I sense these people take great care. Right? They take great care to make sure that you get exactly what it is that you need in a timely manner. Shout out to 13 Moons. Next up we got classic frankincense. I use this pretty much for meditation, clearing. If I'm doing a spiritual working that includes like a spiritual oil, like a psychic oil, or an oil to induce meditation, I'm most likely gonna empower my bottles with this and carry the working out with this. It just has a very nice smell to it. It has a very nice scent, and it plumes a nice amount of smoke. Again, I go back to the smoke. I like the smoke. The smoke to me is a part of the working. It's a part of the drama. It's a part of the ritual. It's a part of the art form. Yeah, you could sit down and just do a sigil and chant over it, and it'll come to pass, yeah, because you went out there and made it happen in conjunction with the magic. But to me, it's just nothing more beautiful than the art form of it, to have the, you know, the tools there that are symbolic of the elements and how each element can connect to you, to have, you know, it's something very, very sacred and very spiritually artistic about just having an entire temple set up with the incenses going and the candles going, and when they start flickering and you know, the ancestors show up and you feel the energy shift, and you know, the smoke starts going crazy, and then you sense the presence of deity. There's something very magical about that. So if you all are looking for a base incense to work with, this, you can't go wrong with this. Frankincense, you cannot go wrong. So for those who are just starting, looking for things to work with, these all are great ones to work with for beginners, and they're very easy to find. Personally, I'm picky on where I get my Jezebel root from, and I'm a little picky on where I get my Patchouli from, but I will vouch the 13 Moons is amazing for pretty much everything that they have. I hope this is bringing some humor to you, 13 Moons. I try to make people laugh while I do videos. This is also my first unboxing video, so have patience. Now this black copal, pretty much, I just use this for meditation. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I just work with something because I like how it makes me feel. I'm all for understanding the correspondences of what you work with. I'm all understanding what herb connects to what planet. I think that's great. But I think sometimes when you're just looking for that spiritual kick, a little bit of frankincense, for example, a little bit of copal, put it together, a little bit on the burner, put on some frequencies if you like that, or some peaceful music if you like to listen to music while you meditate, or just, you know, conversing with your forces and your guides. These copal and frankincense, man, I love it because it's just great for meditation. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and add some extra thing. Yes, you can go look up what black copal stands for, yeah, but it's kind of like, I personally just use it for meditation. Yeah, I do. And also, tell me, for those who have worked with black copal, have you noticed that it raises the energy for you? It does that for me. I really feel the energy raising from the root. You know? So if that happens for you, then please let me know. Because I like to connect with other people and see and learn from their experiences, because I find it interesting. For example, take cinnamon. How cinnamon might do one thing for somebody over here, it can be used in something completely different over here. And I love to hear the experiences and share these experiences with people, because I believe that that's how we grew. Yeah, we all have traditions. We all have systems that we might walk, whether it's oracle or tarot or I Ching or dominoes or dice or, Gardnerian Wicca, Sanders, etc., etc., etc. But no matter what tradition you walk, We can all learn something from one another. Like the person that worked with cloves over in England might have a completely different experience than the person who works with cloves in South America. And then when they can pull together and collaborate and make a video about it, or a conversation, or a book, that benefits every freaking body. So I want to add this. 2019. Let's all work towards uplifting one another. All right. I just wanted to add that. That's rare for the boxing video, but I wanted to add. I'm saving the best for last, though. This, Acacia. 13 moons, I love you. This chunk of Acacia makes me so happy. I mean, look at this. Look at this Acacia. And people might be like, well, what's Acacia for? I use it for solar workings. If I'm going to make a solar oil, for example, sometimes within magic, it's more about like attracts like. You know, not everything has to be some deep, thought out, 30,000 correspondences, mystical, magical story behind it. Sometimes, if you just want to make a solar oil that makes you happy or boost your solar power inside, then you go pick flowers or whatever that are connected to the sun. Like personally, buttercup and sunflowers, a little bit of almond oil, you good. There you go. And it's going to work for you. Always remember that we do have, and this, I know 13 Moons knows this, but this is to those who are listening who might have a little bump in the road. These plants, these correspondences do have, these plants connect with things, plants, resins, so forth and so on, connect with things. But there was a time that we didn't have all this extra feel-good stuff that, like, to fall back on. Like the story of the white candle. One thing I tell all beginners is our ancestors didn't always have blue, green, red, purple, pink, yellow, or turquoise, or whatever the colors we work with now. They had white. And sometimes they didn't even have a white candle. I've seen some candles that were made back in the day. The junk looked like buttercream yellow. And I saw because I was over in the north of England. So it's more about the intent of it, the energy of your working. You know, if you can take 2 pennies and a dime and work a ritual from that, you've accomplished something that so many have not accomplished. So for beginners, try to focus deeply on how it makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, magic is a big part of how you feel. Magic is also emotional, it's psychological. I'm not saying everything has to be psychological, no. Because I don't believe that it's all inside of us. You know, when I call forth my deities, they show up. Unless they're busy. That has happened. I wanted to add that little fun fact. Sometimes they're busy. And they'll say, I'll be there soon. But sometimes it's about what you feel, about what you feel connected with. Like I've even seen deities say, is that what you resonate with? Yeah. Well, then I accept that. What does it make you feel? And everybody else might be like, what? But then it's working like wonders for the person. It's called that whole personal relationship. All right, back. I rambled. Sorry. Not that one. Next up, we have, y'all might know what this is. I've never worked with this. I've heard so much about it. 3 Kings. Simple as pie. I mean, I've worked with the others, but I haven't worked with this put together. So I am very excited to work with the 3 Kings. I mean, everyone talks great stuff about this. I mean, I researched it, not fully. And from the sources I found, you know, it was used to celebrate the wise men. But also, I've noticed how many used it to draw prosperity and to remove negativity. And also, many use it with their spiritual celebrations and daily prayers, from what I've read. And I can see how that happens because though I'm a witch, I do really, I found a wisdom within the 3 Kings, within the 3 wise men. I found a wisdom with them and their essence or their energetic current, the stories about them from behind. I try to find the wisdom in the tomes. You know, for example, I have no shame in my game putting a little hyssop, you know, oil in the tub and read Psalm 51 over that sucker. I don't have a problem with that because to me, magic is magic. You know, things change, things shift. So the Three Kings. I'm planning to use this basically when I perform more workings pertaining to used in the Bible, because it took me a long time to get over that 13 moons. You know, the cognitive dissonance that I had of, don't do that because I might make this deity mad, or don't do that because I might make that deity mad. And then one day I sat back, sorry, helicopter. One day I sat back and I was like, is it really like that? So I went and petitioned, and sorry, not petitioned, called forth one of my deities, and she was just pretty much like, it took you 10 years to realize that we really don't care. It's about spiritual evolution, and there's a lot that you don't know, and that humans have created these barriers. And I was like, well then. So I opened up a bit, you know, and I've seen some great results from working with some of the Psalms. So the Three Kings, 13 moons, I'll be using that. And let me see if I got the final one. The final one. Y'all ready? Before I say anything, be very careful if you get this. Aconite. I got that pretty much for Hecate. Nothing else. I mean, yeah, I might use it for a little bit of invisibility, but mostly I'm using it to make a specific oil with all the herbs connected to her, and I'm going to use it for candle workings or so forth and so on that have to do with protection. Now, what you can do is you can actually create like an infusion wash out of it and anoint your tools and stuff like that, and it is a very powerful and potent herb. But you must be careful because it is dangerous and it can seep inside your skin. And also, word to the wise for all my old crafters, this is one of the ingredients in the flying ointment. So, you know, it does have chemicals in it. So if you do decide to pick up some aconite, just handle it with care. Just handle it with care, because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. All right, y'all. That is my unboxing. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And again, 13 moons. Thank you. You know, I mean, it's always great doing business with you. But I just always sense that you put love and care into your workings and what you present to your clients. And I'm grateful for that. All right? Hopefully you all enjoyed this boxing. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have. Be kind to each other. And understand that we're all in this together. I'll be back in a little bit with some readings, with the monthly readings for the other signs. Until then, y'all take care. Thank you for joining me. And again, 13 moons, thank you. Everyone who is interested in great product, go check them out. The link to their website will be in the description below. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Peace.